Welcome to Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind. What's happening, everybody? What's up? I want to thank everybody for subscribing to Third Eye Visions over the years. And there are plenty times in which I do, like, where are they now, or what's going on in their lives, and things of that nature. And this is no exception because tonight, all the way from ATL, ain't that right, D?
Yes.
We have a very, very interesting and serious situation going on. A very important topic to be talked about because it's dealing with blind people who have their kids taken from them. And Daphne was on here a couple of maybe years and some change ago, and she had expressed the fact that her child was taken from her because she is totally blind, and I didn't believe it. And I was like, Daphne, tell me more, because I'm totally blind, and like, I've never heard that. But as I talk with other people in the process, they say, yeah, there are situations in which people do take away their kids because they blind. They feel that they are not able to do so. So with that being said, I'm going to ask Daphne to first of all introduce herself for those individuals who don't know what's going on, and then get a little input as to what has happened the time we had spoken, and then we're going to move on up and talk about what has happened now. So don't tell them what's going on right now. So just give them a little enlightenment as to what transpired, because some of them may have seen it, and then the new followers may have not, because they don't want to go way back and check out the whole videos. D.
Yeah.
So holler at them, let them know what time it is. What's going on with you?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Daphne from Atlanta, and of course, I am blind. And so my daughter was taken from me by CPS almost 2 years ago.
Okay, what happened?
And
tell me a little bit what happened. I mean, what did you have to go through? Why they felt that you were not able to come?
Okay,
don't go through the logistics and everything, because that's something that you're still in the process of trying to handle. So just tell them exactly what was going on, just a little bit,
Okay. So there was a CPS call made on me that I was abusing my daughter, but it wasn't true. And because I'm blind, the investigators just came out and was like, oh, we don't want her with you because you can't see. And I fought with them, and they tried to make me send her to stay with my friend. And she was like, no, COVID is going on. I got a new grandbaby. Let her keep her child. Long story short, they filed a petition in a juvenile court, and the judge told them they could take my child from me. So they just came up with a bunch of lies, but really it was about me being blind because I have it on video.
Okay. Now, how did that make you? First of all, have you ever heard of anything like that happening as a parent?
Me?
Yes.
Well, I have heard of people getting their kids taken because they have physical disabilities or mental. Yeah. I have.
Never thought that it would be because of their vision impaired.
No.
Wow.
This is crazy.
So are you still in the process of going to court? Don't give us the legalities of it, but yes or no, are you still going to court? Has anything changed since the last time? Okay.
My baby home.
Okay, cool.
So the last court date is tomorrow.
Okay. Now, when they came, I mean, how did it happen? They came and physically removed her, or did you have to take her to a specific place? What happened? Talk to me.
So I had just fed her on a Wednesday night. It was September 23rd, 2020. We were getting ready to get in the bed. My godmom had ordered us some groceries off Amazon and stuff, and I put up the groceries, and we was getting in the bed, and here comes some knocks at my door, and somebody was just ringing my doorbell. And I'm like, I'm not gonna answer it, but I had a friend over that could see, and he's like, oh man, the police out there. And when I went to the door, they was like, defects out here, they want to talk to you. And basically they was like, look, we came to get your child. We got legal paperwork saying that we can take possession of your child. And the lady was like, she not your child no more, she belongs to me.
Really?
And yeah, and we just went back and forth for about 30 minutes. It was already about 11:30 at night.
Mm,
So by the time they got her out, it was like after midnight.
mm. And how did you feel when they came, and being that you didn't even expect that this to happen? How did you feel? I mean, because there are a lot of blind people who like, man, that has happened to me, that has happened to them, but I never heard their story. But this is the first time that I've actually got a chance to hear someone directly. How did you feel?
Well, I was sad. I mean, it's like my daughter is really all I have. I have a adult daughter, but she ain't my baby. This is my baby.
Right.
She was like, my baby was 8 years old at the time. She's 10 now.
Mm.
So it was like 2 years gone that can never be replaced.
Damn. So how did you feel? And I like to get into deep down into the thoughts. How did you feel when they stated that they're coming to take your child because you were blind, and knowing that you were doing everything that you can, because blindness don't stop you from raising a child? How did you feel when this was happening? Like, did it make you feel like, damn, I'm less of a mother, or if I wish I were blind, or sighted, or whatever? How did it make that you feel when all this?
No, I didn't wish anything different because I've been taking care of my child, so I knew it was just a bunch of lies. And what they do is they bother the minority families, or families in poverty, or people who cannot afford attorneys. And they actually, it was like they contradicted themselves, because they told me I can't take care of my daughter because I'm blind, but the judge made me represent myself in court. And I'm like, how the heck you gonna do that if you saying I'm incapable of taking care of my daughter? But so you think that I can just present everything to you like an attorney?
And how were you able to do that, to represent yourself? I mean,
well, I have like caregivers coming in my home, and I would have them take me to the courthouse and file motions. Like, they would just give me a blank sheet of paper, and I have the caregiver write down on there what we wanted to do. But every time the judge would block it, so I had to sue him to get him off my case.
Okay. Don't go into detail with that. So with that being said, what was the final outcome in terms of going back and forth to court and trying to prove that you were capable of raising your child? What was the final outcome? You said you got your child back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me what this. Go ahead.
They know that I can take care of my child and that I had a lot of things in place, but it's just that county that we were living in. I had to get out of that county, and I just wanted to start over fresh.
Okay.
So they know pretty much that I can take care of my daughter, and the main thing is that they try to do parental alienation, keep your kids away from you and try to break your bond with your kids or interfere with it. And me and my daughter, our bond is unbreakable. And that's what kind of like pissed those people off, because they was like, why she still want to go home? Because I love her and I take care of her.
Man, that's some straight up bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm learning in the process. I mean, because like I said, I've never heard anything like this. Now, as you say, your bond between your daughter is unbreakable. I like that. Well, and just briefly, you can speak on the relationship with your other child. Were you visually impaired when you had your other child? Or
no, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I've been blind the whole time with my baby.
So do you think that it was hard? I mean, just be real. I mean, because you sound like a person just tell a straight up truth. Do you think that even though you was capable of doing it, do you think that there was some difficulties that maybe if you had sight, that it would be a little easier? I mean,
well, some things kind of had me frustrated, but my little sister stayed with me when my baby was a baby, and I also had help from my godmother. I stayed with her, and I graduated from the Center for the Visually Impaired here in Atlanta, like the month before I gave birth to Destiny.
Okay.
So I was pretty much aware of what I need to do.
And that's a good point. I'm glad you touched on that. So, what did they teach you while you were there for those individuals who may be mothers who may be kind of leery, like, damn, this might happen to me. Well, let me go to a center so that I can get some training. What did they actually teach you so that you can be the mother?
At the beginning, I was doing computers and keyboard classes and Braille, and some mobility, but my counselor didn't want me out, on the street like that, or just putting too much strain on my body. So they eventually just had me doing ADL things, activity of daily living. And so that was just like basically cooking, cleaning, going to the grocery store, how to change her pamper, how to make sure, her bottles are ready, and they just refreshed me on things that I already knew since I already had a child.
Okay, all right, man. I like I'm hearing in your voice the determination and the fact that you are, I can tell that you are capable. So with that being said, without going into detail, because we just wanted to do a follow up, because a lot of people want to know exactly what the status is. Let everybody know. I know she's back at home, but let everybody know the fight that you had to go through in order to get your child back, because you were visually impaired.
So basically, it was 13 months of pure hell when they moved her from between 4 different foster homes, 4 different strangers she had to live with while a pandemic is going on in the world. And for the last 8 months, she's been with my twin sister. So, I wanted her to be with family if they felt like she shouldn't be with me. But it has been, I would say, about a little bit over a month that we have been into the transition phase where she comes spend the night, like from Friday to Tuesday. And then my sister come back and get her Tuesday and bring her back Friday. But this is the last week, and unfortunately, my baby girl caught COVID. Her and my sister's daughter as well. So she is home by default because she's sick right now, and I gotta take care of her.
And so, and being that has happened, what has been the final outcome? Do you have to go to court to sign anything, or what's the next step?
So tomorrow the judge will just be closing the case, and they're giving me my guardianship back because I always had custody of her. I never lost my rights, but they had temporary guardianship. That's how they get their power.
Wow.
The judge gave them temporary guardianship, but through it all, my daughter has been abused, neglected, and deprived in foster care, and she's like a little different now, but we're gonna work through it.
That's what I like to hear. We're gonna work through it. That's good. But Daphne, you also had done a petition back in the day. How successful was that petition?
Well, I still got the petition going. Not a whole lot of people have signed. I'm probably almost to 500. And I'm still sharing the petition and stuff and trying to get people to sign it for me because this is a real issue. Yeah, it's like there's so many groups on Facebook about parents that have had their kids taken.
That's right.
And I'm admitting a group for Georgia. Trying to help as many people as I can, letting them know what I have been through and the steps that they need to take. Because it's real hard. It really is.
Well, give them the information that you need for them to contact you or person, any groups or whatever, to where they can check out. Because I'm gonna post your story in whatever group that you want and share it as much as I can. So give them where they can find you out. Because a lot of not just visually impaired people, but people in general who have this situation happen need a lot of strength. But more specifically, because I gear toward the blind, they definitely need some support because this can happen to them. So how can they get in touch with you and things like that?
Well, if any parents or grandparents or guardians need to talk, they can call me. My number is 404-399-9764, or email me at Destiny with the capital DESTINY, Precious PRECIOUS 700 @gmail.com.
Okay. Man, I'm so proud of you. I couldn't wait to get back because, like I said, I posted a snippet on another platform, and it is doing very well. Do you have any last minute words that you want to say? Because this definitely will help out a lot of individuals.
Well, I just want to say that if anybody is going through this, that you got to just stay prayed up and stay focused on the positive things, because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, people try to bring you down, but you got to just stay focused on the positive things in your life, especially if it pertains to your children, your family.
I love that. Well, I sure wish I can bring Destiny on here, but you two, they're tripping. They don't want kids on it. But I'm quite sure. I talked with her off. We kind of communicated off camera, and it appears that she is very happy. But I'm gonna end this right quick. But hold tight. I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story. And look, and for real, like I told you, anything that I can do for you here at Third Eye Visions, please share. I'll be glad to do it for you, Daphne. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's not for ratings or anything. It's the fact that people want to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I can, come and allow you to give me at least 15 minutes of your precious time and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have any last minute words you want to say, boo?
We want to come to Mardi Gras.
Y'all would have come. Well, I ain't in New Orleans. I'm in Baton Rouge, but y'all just missed out on Mardi Gras.
It ain't far.
Look, I guess next time, look, like I told another one of my friends, she's in North Carolina. If they ever want to come to Baton Rouge, just call us ahead of time, and we'll be glad to, put y'all, anywhere and just enjoy, because I love company and stuff like that. So yeah, whenever next year, from God willing, and your daughter wants to come, just call us and we'll accommodate you for real.
Oh, she want to go to Canada. We working on a passport.
Can't do Canada. I'm not waiting. I would like to go to Niagara Falls and just check out the water, because I love the sound of just running water. Just even though I can't see it. Yeah. But hey, it's so good to have you back, and give you are a testament to a lot of individuals who are going through, especially vision impaired people. And I want to thank you again, Daphne, for coming on Third Eye Visions.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on for a second.
Okay.
Thank y'all for supporting Third Eye Visions. And if y'all have stories, interesting stories like this, like the one Daphne just put down, holla at your boy. Third Eye Visions, where we motivate the blind, stimulate your mind, and welcome all kind, big dog.